Test 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. Anybody out there hear me? No? I am getting nothing on my end. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Is there an echo? Is there an echo? That is the question. And is it loud enough? Can you hear me? Oh my goodness. That's insane. I'm telling you. I just don't get it. You can hear me. Okay. No echo. It doesn't look like there's an echo. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Okay. Basically, remember the echo from the last couple of weeks? I have to mute the input volume in order to eliminate the echo. And now before the live stream I remembered to mute the input volume so that there was no echo, but apparently when I did that it cut out any input audio, which is why you could not hear me. And okay, no echo. There's a little delay. Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay, I can fix that. Oh boy. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. Test 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I'm telling you, it's absolutely crazy, everybody. Okay. What about now? Anyone else? Holy smokes. I can't. Can anybody hear me? Is anybody here? Can you hear me? Oh, I love you all. I love you all. Thank you for persevering. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I'm just going to be grateful that we're all here. Remain patient. You all are patient. It's incredible. Out of control. I don't even know. Don't even get me started. Okay, I'm not even going to get into the details as to why I think it might be working now. Video is delayed. Okay, let me know if there's a delay. That should not be happening because that's so crazy. Anyway, let me know about the delay. So what I did this week is I hardwired an Ethernet cable from inside my house out to the computer. Oh gosh, not in sync. That's going to drive me crazy. Well, I don't know what to say there, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know what to say there as far as why it would not be. You know, YouTube does what it wants. It does what it wants. And I must say, they don't make it easy. They do not make it easy. Okay. All right, well, I am back. I hope you can see me. Hopefully you can hear me. Listen, you're right. I'm just going to go for it, and we'll see what happens. Basically, I stopped the stream, and yeah, you know, this is life. Okay, welcome, and hopefully you can hear me. Where are you from? Where are you tuning in from? I know you all were chatting ahead of time. If you could let us know, because I know there's people all around the world watching, and that's amazing. And thank you for being here, and thanks for your patience. Like when you try to hardwire internet, things go haywire. But we have fast internet now. And yeah, we have fast internet now, so we will just be patient and keep trying, all right? We'll just keep trying. So yeah, where's everybody from? Let me know. There we go. Indiana, Maine, Indiana again. Indiana again. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of Indiana. Shout out to Indiana, Colorado Springs, Thailand, Singapore, Jazzy from Montreal, Canada. There we go. And there you go. Suzanne from New York. Yes. Ryan, Indiana again. Okay, Indiana, you are winning right now. Congrats. Houston, Texas, Ryan, South Carolina, Angie, Daniel, Cincinnati, Donna, Louisville, Kentucky, Longview, Texas. Oh, so apparently you can hear me. And again, we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're not gonna let these technical difficulties get us down. Life's too short to. I've learned that in the last month or month and a half of live streaming, actually 2 months almost, that you can't let the technical difficulties get you down, because if you do, it'll just drag you down so quick. So really all you can do is laugh. So anyway, we'll see if it syncs up at some point. Who knows? All right, moving on. And how was you know how I like to ask, how was your run today? What'd you do? Did you get some vertical? Did you get to the track? What'd you do? What'd you do today on your run? I felt fortunate to get into the mountains, and it snowed last night in Denver. So basically, the mountains were a little intense, but I got some good uphill work in. Out at Deer Creek. If you're local here in Denver, you know where Deer Creek is at. It's a solid place to run. If you're ever visiting Denver and you're looking for a good 10 to 15 mile trail run with some pretty good vertical, look up Deer Creek, and it's kind of southwest Denver. It's a good spot to go to. Treadmill. Oh man, meh is right. You raced this weekend, so not so much. That's from the Blue Collar Runner. And recovery day, there we go. Brent Young, elliptical machine, okay. Jules, hello from Malaysia. Yes, Central Illinois. 2 mile pace run followed by 4 by 300. I love 300s, Baylor. I love 300s. Jordan had an easy 6 miler down the LA River. Oh, that's awesome. The LA River is basically like concrete, I believe, right, Jordan? That's awesome. Carl, a 1 hour easy run today. Trevor, building my aerobic base. And we're going to talk about that in a minute, Trevor. Okay, and then Western Kentucky is in the house from Dew. Let's see, Jason, tough 7 for you. Jason, it was cold this morning. It was cold. And then Steve, a 12K on the treadmill. Street too dangerous. Interesting. I bet they're icy streets, I wonder. 0 sleep. Wow. And okay, Ben, 6 by 800 on the treadmill. That is awesome, Ben. Good work. And okay, I'm just going to dive into Strava right now. And I tell you what, I think, yeah, we are approaching 1,000 of you beautiful people in the Strava, the DeMoor Global Running group. And yeah, we're heading toward 1,000. So I want to give a shout out to Jesse. And I believe Jesse is in New York City, but Jesse's running like 100-mile weeks right now. So shout out to Jesse. You're crushing it. And for everyone that is not in the DeMoor Global Running Group yet on Strava, it's pretty fun, I must say. And you know what I'm enjoying the most out of the experience there on Strava is looking at the, I love looking at your pictures, but I also really love clicking on the maps as to where you're running. Oh my goodness, and we'll get to that in a second, Andrew. And so click on the maps as to where you're running around the world, and I'm like, I'm not going to start drooling, but I get so excited to go explore the world with my own 2 feet in some of the places that you are running, whether it's Switzerland, whether it's Japan, whether it's Malaysia, whether it's all over, literally all over the world. Anyway, so that's what I'm enjoying most about the DeMoor Global Running. And all right, so let's see here. I'm just gonna, and yes, super chats do exist here on the channel. It's a way to support the channel, and I always appreciate it. But if you have a specific question, because there's a lot of questions that come into the chat that I'm not always able to get to, and one just came in, it looks like from Andrew, and they're always highlighted. So Andrew, let's see here what he's saying. For your wine fund, the technical gremlins will necessitate a glass or two. Have True Love deliver one to the studio. Yes, listen, Andrew, I don't know if True Love is still awake. It was a big day for True Love taking care of the kids. But True Love, if you're listening, I would take a wine in the studio. You better believe it. Andrew, you're amazing. Thank you for the super chat. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. And 75 people watching despite the technical difficulties. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm just glancing at the chat. This is amazing. This is amazing. Okay, moving on. And a couple updates real quick is that you're probably wondering, remember last week I said that this week I would be interviewing my brother. Well, the week is not over. I finally heard back from Ecamm. It's the software live streaming, it's a live streaming software that I purchased about 2 weeks ago, and it's supposed to be easy to use. Well, that has not been the case so far, but basically I should be able to connect my cameras to the computer so that I can do high quality live streaming. Well, the situation is that I finally got an email back from them today, this morning, that HDMI does not work. It has to be a USB connection. So bear with me. What I'm going to do, and so mark your calendars, what we're going to do is that my brother, when he has a day off work, and so it could be really any day in the next 5 days, we're going to go for it. As soon as I get a new cable that is not HDMI, that's what this is right here, I need a USB connection. So I'm not giving up on doing that interview this week with my brother. And when that's going to happen, I will announce it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, probably on DeMoor Global Running, on Strava. So stay tuned for that. There we go. Oh, you guys are the best. Okay, and moving on here. So, and yes, if you feel so inclined to spread the link around before we dive in, that would be amazing. Let's see. I'm just making sure I'm not missing any comments here. Morning easy 7K run from Emilian Harad. And listen, if I don't pronounce your name right, I apologize. Okay. Diving in, everybody. So I always can sense when and listen, here on this YouTube channel, if you're new, basically we cover a lot of topics. And listen, there's a lot of running YouTube channels out there now, and that's exciting. And whether it's people in Europe, whether it's people in Australia, whether it's South America, like there's running YouTube focused channels all over the place, which is amazing. Some of them talk about just running shoes, and we got a lot of running shoes to talk about tonight. Some of them just talk about training. Some just talk about race vlogs. Here, we basically cover everything. And another super chat just came in, so I'll get to that in 1 minute. Thank you so much. And so today I published the vlog about developing the Aerobic engine, and there it is written down right there. And I can always sense when I strike a chord with all of you, like that's a topic I can tell you're excited about. How to get faster, how to run faster, and how to develop our aerobic base, our capillary beds. And so anyway, it's exciting to see me find a topic that you all are excited about. Okay, diving into a super chat real quick here. On your vlog today, you said you find that you break through around the 2 hour mark aerobically, and this is from Lake Keaton Builder. Earlier in your running journey in your life, did you hit that earlier? So that's a great question, talking about, and that connects, that's a perfect segue, thank you so much. for that super chat, that $10 super chat. You're amazing. Basically, I would not recommend, and you're right. So I talked about that 2-hour mark, and I looked up the study. It was actually a study done. There's been a lot of studies, but the first one was really out of Cologne University in Germany in the 70s. And they were studying, because back then, like, the science was just not as developed, so they were trying to figure out how are runners getting faster and fitter, and yeah, faster and fitter. And so they did study after study in Cologne University in Germany, and basically what they found was that after 2 hours of after 2 hours of steady aerobic effort, that is when these capillary beds really began to progress or to improve or to be recruited into your lungs, which means you're able to absorb more oxygen from the air. So early in my running, I did not run 2 hours. In fact, in high school, I think my longest run in high school was about, let me think here, it's probably about 75 minutes. And that might be pushing it a little bit. Like my coaches, I loved my coaches, but I just don't know if we quite went far enough in high school, if you know what I mean. So then what happened as I went off to the University of Colorado and trained under Mark Wetmore, actually, yeah, I'll just show you right here. Here's a little CU book from my CU days. And he immediately, basically my mileage, like I immediately started doing 90-minute runs, and then eventually an hour and 45-minute runs, and then 2-hour runs. So what happened? I went from a 16:27 5K in high school, and a lot of you ask about my 5K PR in high school. Like it was respectable, but it wasn't crazy fast. 16:27 down to 14:46. So almost a 2-minute drop by, I believe, recruiting these capillary beds and just doing that. And obviously we did speed work as well, but anyway, I'm getting a little in the weeds, but that's a great, thank you for the super chat and for that question. I would recommend, if like you're newer to running, like don't push it. It's got to be, I think, I like to add about, let me think here. So if you're newer to running, like let's say you just started in the last 2 years, I would not recommend like going over 2 hours, maybe approaching 2 hours, depending on how your body is built and if you're not susceptible to injury. But it's really, it can cause injury if you're not careful, especially if you're running on pavement and concrete. Okay, that was a long answer, and you just got me going, and it's exciting. Let's see. Okay, thank you. I'm just glancing over here at the chat. That's awesome. Yes, and everyone, just so you know, we've got a celebrity in the house. Jason in the chat is the gentleman that did the 5K PR on Saturday morning with me, and that was awesome. That was a lot of you loved that vlog from Saturday. So thank you for being here. It looks like we almost have 100 people watching. That's amazing. And now I want to, yes, almost 100 viewers. I want to open it up to your questions about aerobic development and how I approach aerobic. I'm happy to share like more about the aerobic development. If you didn't see the vlog from this morning that published this morning, you can go back and watch that, and I go into more details about a little bit of the science, keeping in mind I studied history in college. I didn't study any biology or anything. So any questions, and I'm going to monitor the chat here. Let's see. And yes, welcome to Daniel, Hindi, Ben, Blue Collar Runner, Mason. Steve is here. Gosh, just amazing. Nathaniel, Angelo, Baylor's here, Zachary. Okay, there's a question from Zachary. Okay, let me get a drink, Zachary, real quick. Can you talk briefly about cross-training you do? My high arches make me very injury-prone, so I do workouts on the bike and the roads and only run 3 times a week. The goal is a 1:30 at the New York City half next month. So, Zachary, I do not do a lot of cross training, and it basically comes down to time. I should do more. In college, when I was injured, I would go swimming. And Zachary, I would say, oh yeah, I would do swimming. I would do a little bit of the stationary bike, um, but also I think road biking can be effective, keeping in mind that it will make your legs bigger, and you want to be a little careful. Like, do if you get into road biking, like some of those guys' legs turn into tree trunks, and if you're going for speed, sometimes muscle mass isn't always what you want. Like you want to be strong, of course, but anyway, I think if you're okay with hopping in a pool, I think that's actually a really good way to keep a decent aerobic fitness. And I don't enjoy swimming, but anyway, that would be an idea for you, Zachary. Thank you for that question, and good luck in your New York City half marathon. That's awesome. Let us know how you do. And is that the one in April or May? Anyway, maybe let us know in the chat. Let's see. There you go. The rower, Matthew. That's a good idea. Let's see here. That's awesome. Okay, just diving in here. All right. So, any questions? And I'm just looking here. Any other questions about aerobic development? Yeah. And let's see here. I want to focus in on this aerobic development for a minute, and I'm gonna dive into we got the New Balance box tonight. So let's see here. Yes, that is right, Suzanne and Angie. Okay. Oh, that's a shoe question. Oh, Daniel. Oh my goodness, Daniel, a super chat. You're amazing. You're amazing. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, here we go. This connects well. This connects well. This is from Cole. Cole asks, do you have any tips for tempo workouts? How many tempo miles should I be doing in training for the marathon? Cole, I love that question. I will do my best to keep it concise for everybody watching live. I love tempo workouts, also known as threshold workouts. So basically, a tempo workout or a threshold workout, you're approaching that lactate where you begin to go into that anaerobic debt, but you don't want to push through into the anaerobic. You want to get basically as close as possible without pushing through into the anaerobic state of breathing. And so, I have any tips for tempo workouts? So Cole, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a tempo run or a threshold run every other week. Basically, starting this Saturday is going to be my first baby. And believe it or not, the Cleveland Marathon is 12 weeks away, 3 months. That's amazing. January was a great month of training. February's been great, but it's so exciting to be under 90 days to go. So anyway, the tempo work is going to start for me this week. Baby tempo work. So I'm going to do a 3-mile tempo. Nice, I'll probably shoot for 550 a mile approximately. And so Cole, what I'm going to do is a 3-mile tempo, and then in 2 weeks I'm going to do a 6-mile tempo, and then in 2 weeks I'll do a 9-mile tempo and progress from there. So good question from Cole. I appreciate you asking that, and but Cole, I would recommend not diving in. Don't go do a 10-mile tempo, for right off the bat. Let your body get used to it. Okay, moving on here, and thank you, Daniel, again for the super chat. 93 watching. Can we break 100 tonight? Can we break 100? Okay, let's see. This is from AJ Guyman67. How do you know that you are staying aerobic and not approaching LT? Awesome channel, keeping me motivated, dealing with a lingering HS injury. HS injury. What would that be? HS. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Let us know what that is. So sorry you're dealing with that injury. So AJ, I have been trained by my coaches, especially Mark Wetmore, to go by feel, and worn a heart rate monitor, I think, once in my life in high school. And I'm actually, just so you know, I'm really interested in getting a heart rate monitor in 2019, basically to give all of you some more data on some of my runs, because a lot of you are asking about the heart rate. But right now, I don't wear a heart rate. And AJ, basically, what we called it in college was sensory data. So you're listening to your breathing. That's probably the easiest way to tell if you're going too hard. And what else? You can listen, of course, to your legs. Your legs will start barking at you if you're going too fast. And at the end of the day, you need to figure out your pacing based off of, and this is, okay, based off of your PRs. And so whether you're an 18-minute PR for a 5K, or maybe you're a 25-minute PR for a 5K. So from there, that's how you can determine basically like how to do tempo work. And yeah, so oh gosh, I thank you for the super chat. I don't know if I answered it real well, but you just really have to continue to listen to your breathing and making sure you're not breathing too hard. Like you don't want to be sucking air in too hard. Oh gosh. And then also, okay, one more idea. Stop in the middle of your run and just take your pulse. If you don't have a heart rate monitor, take your pulse and make sure you're not skyrocketing like, above like 130. I'll just throw that out there. So anyway, good question. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hopefully I helped you answer that. Oh, a hamstring. That makes sense, Suzanne. Thank you for helping. There you go. Hamstring. Okay. I was like, HS. Huh. Okay. Moving on. Any other questions? Let's see here. Is tempo pace marathon pace? That is from Jason. Is tempo pace marathon pace? No. Your tempo pace should be... Now, okay, so this is a good question. Your tempo pace should be slower. Like, you should be racing faster than your tempo runs. Now, for a marathon, obviously, like, you're gonna be running hard, but then at the end of the race, your split times are probably gonna be slower. So your tempo runs, you don't want to be going race pace, if that helps, Jason. So the rule of thumb is usually 20 to 30 seconds slower per mile for your 5K PR. That's kind of the rough rule of thumb. Just putting that out there. So, okay, let's see here. And Joel, I see your question about strength training. I will get to that in a minute. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any about aerobic development. 98 watching. Oh, baby, here we are. I'm at the end of the second month of a 3-month training cycle before my first 50K on March 29th. Suggestions for how to build my base in the last month would be awesome. Slow and steady. Let's see here. So you're 2 of 3 done. Okay. So Johnny, good question. You don't want to go too hard with a month to go. Preferably, Johnny, you want to be building your base. I would say like in this last month would be a higher volume time. And then like I like to taper like 10 to 14 days out from a peak race. But you still have a couple weeks right now to build for sure. And depending on the 50K, if it's a hilly course, I would recommend adding hill work to your workouts, to your runs. Like 50Ks and above, it's really a different animal is what I discovered in the past 4 years of doing ultra running. Like you need a good aerobic base for sure, but you also need strength. Like it's that extra 5 to 6 miles past the marathon distance that always tests me in every 50K that I've run. So anyway, that would be my recommendation. Instead of ramping, and I don't know where you live, so I don't know if you have hills around you, but rather than ramping up volume higher, I would actually mix in maybe a little more hill work. So, good question, Johnny, but Yeah, hopefully. Anyway, let us know how the race goes. I hope that helps a little bit. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, Mike, thank you. Appreciate that, Mike. That super chat, that's awesome. Shout out to Mike. Okay, and then Joel, I'll just dive into it here. Um, what do you do for strength training? So that's from Joel. Joel, I do go to the gym, and I need to do better at balance, Joel. So in running, like our running economy, so how we carry ourselves, how we pump our arms, how we, our knee drive, our foot strike, all of those little muscles in our body. And I'm realizing I just forgot to do something. Maybe we'll do it here in a minute. A little trivia, and it connects to our body and like anyway. So Joel, last summer I was doing squats with pretty heavy weight, not too much, but pretty heavy. What was it? It was like about 140, and I weigh about 120, so it wasn't crazy. And I was doing that to get ready for a 100-mile race. Well, a lot of you know how that 100-mile race went. It didn't go so well. I had to drop at 50 miles, mostly because of my plantar fasciitis. And anyway, it was kind of crazy. But I do believe in strength training, Joel. But I like to fine tune it to balancing and making sure that I'm firing the little muscles around my knee, around my ankle, definitely in my feet, because I have a history of injuries in my feet. So I need to make some videos soon, some vlogs soon about that topic. So thank you for that. Oh my goodness. It took my breath away. Suzanne, thank you for the $10 super chat. You're amazing. Suzanne's a huge... Oh, man, Suzanne, you're just the best. Yeah, you're the best. I appreciate that. Oh, man. Okay, let's see here. Moving on. I'm just diving in here. How do I best prepare aerobically? That's from Daniel. So, Daniel, maybe you could give me a little more context. I'll monitor the chat. How do I best prepare aerobically, like maybe for a half marathon, 10K, or are you just talking in general? So I'll maybe give me a little more context, and I'll try and help you there. Matthew, that's hilarious. When are you going to do more plyometrics videos? Nathaniel, thank you. I have been doing my plyometrics, but I haven't been filming it. There's only so many hours in a day. I can't always set up the camera, but Nathaniel, maybe you make the call. When should I make more plyometrics videos? Let's say... Well, what is today? Wednesday? This week's a little crazy. Who knows? Actually, tomorrow it could either be tomorrow or it'd be early next week. Thank you for the reminder. I will mark that down. Let's see here. I'm just showing this here. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna dive into the box here, and basically, if there's no other questions about aerobic training, and thank you again. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. Daniel, Fat Dog 120 is official. Training plan, miles per week. And Daniel, I'm sorry, I don't know when the Fat Dog 120 is. Is it in June? But here we go. Training plan. So Daniel, that's an amazing race to get ready for. Daniel, again, I'm gonna go back to kind of what I just said. I think hill work is more important than high volume. I think, Daniel, if you can get into at your peak mileage, if you can get into 70 to 90 a week, that would be awesome. But I realize you have a life, and that's hard to do. That's really hard to do. So I would recommend, though, approach 70 at least for a 120-mile race, and I would mix in let me just think here for a second. I would mix in at least a 35-mile training run, maybe even a 40, depending on, I don't know your whole background, but you're going to need to get the body used to running long distances. And here's actually an even better tip. Do a 25-mile long run on Saturday, and then do a a 30-mile long run on Sunday. So back-to-back hard days, because that second day, and again, I don't know your injury history, so you got to be careful, but those back-to-back long days will get your muscles ready for that 120. I hope that helps. Daniel, email me and we'll keep talking. It's in August. Okay, it's in August. So you've got a lot of time. That's good to hear. Hopefully that helps get the wheels turning. But I don't think you need to run 100 miles a week, just so you know, Daniel. All right, you all are the best. Let's see here. Live every Wednesday. That's right, Blue Collar Runner. Who else is here? Drayden. Drayden, yes, next Wednesday. But I might interview my brother in the next 2, 3, 4 days. I just need to go get a new cable. Hopefully. Okay? Let's see. Rodrigo. What's your take on moderate long runs versus all easy long runs? Let's see. Well, Rodrigo, depends on what you're training for. If you're getting ready for a marathon, let's say, I would say you do need to do long runs. If you're, okay, and somebody made this point in the vlog, like in the comments, maybe a month ago or 2 months ago. There's a difference between racing a marathon and running a marathon. Like if you want to approach a PR, you're gonna have to, run your long runs at a decent clip. For me, that's 650 pace to 720 pace approximately, depending on the terrain. And so yeah, I think you do need to mix in. And I do think you need to mix in some higher speed long runs. Not for me, not 620s or 6-minute pace. That's too fast. That's like tempo pace for me. So approximately. Let's see here. Thank you for being here, everyone. Ryan, I'm just looking over. I got to take a drink real quick. Logan is here. Okay. You all are amazing. Amazing. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, for a 5K. Okay. Yeah, that changes things up a little bit. Gosh. Anyway, Rodrigo, maybe email me. We can get more into the details, but I do think you need to run a little faster on your long runs. Maybe not every week, but every other week. Yeah. Anyway, 5K is kind of a whole different animal. Okay. Let's dive into the box because we do have some good ones in here. Actually, I take that back. I wanna stay on schedule here. Shoes. Let's transition to shoes. Any questions about shoes? And yes, I've got something kind of fun here, and I'm not doing this to brag or to boast, but like I'm all about spreading the running shoe love around. If you watch the vlogs this week, you know that I'm going to be receiving any gently used running shoes from all of you, which I categorize as like under 30 miles, ideally like under 20 miles on a pair of shoes. For example, like the Vomero 14s now have like 80 miles, and I wouldn't feel comfortable sending these out to someone because, they have 80 miles in them, so their lifespan is dropping rapidly. But I kind of splurged. All right, I don't do this too often. I don't buy a pair of shoes that I will only wear like 3 times in the next year. We'll see, but okay, you ready? I've been saving this for the last 3 hours. I have not opened it. We're going to open it together. And by the way, thank you for being here. Oh man, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? And I don't want the box. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I should have packed a knife. Oh, you may have just seen it. Hold on. Dun, da, 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 da. Okay, this is my splurge. All right, this is the first time opening them up with you. Wow, the box is really high quality. We're gonna have to. Maybe we should hang it up tonight. Hold on. Okay, why do they make it so hard to open? Okay, hold on. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. Oh, there we go. Okay, here. Da 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 da. Woo! Innovate. Innovate. My first pair ever of Innovate shoes. These are not the Mud Claws. Guess what these are? The Arctic Claws. Don't you just love that name? The Arctic Claws. These shoes, as you can maybe see there, have spikes built into the shoe. Listen, I had to splurge. This is kind of my little treat to myself. I did basically with all of these mountain runs. Remember, I ran up Pikes Peak last week and I ran into a ton of ice. Well, after that run, I said, okay, Pikes Peak, you're going to throw ice at me? I'm going to throw the Arctic Claws back at you. So I'm pretty excited about this. Oh, man. Anyway, so I'm first pair of Innovate shoes ever. Oh, the Arctic Claw 300. Got to get that new shoe smell. You know what I mean? You guys are the best. Okay, we got maybe at the end of the live stream we'll hang the box up. So that is exciting. I'm glad I waited to open these with all of you. You all are the best. And listen, if they don't work out, who knows? Maybe one of you will end up with these. No, probably not. Probably not. Okay, moving on. Where should I put this guy? We're going to take the turbo down and put that guy right up there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Investment. That's right. And making sure I don't fall on the ice. That's what it's all about. So let's move on to running shoe questions. And I'm ready for you. Weigh them live for the fam. That's good. I'll try and do that. Let me just get the scale going here, but I could tell just holding them, they're definitely a little heavy, but that's okay. I don't mind training. Just so you know, one of my tricks of the trade is to train in heavy shoes, so that when you put a lightweight shoe on, after training in heavy shoes like the Vomero 14, which is right here, basically, I feel like I can fly on race day when I put on a light shoe after training in a heavy shoe. So anyway, just a little strategy. Okay, we're going to weigh it. But I don't know if I can show you here the scale. You ready for actually, let me take the paper out. Any guesses as to how much the Innovate weighs in ounces or grams? I can tell you it's pretty heavy. Will it be heavier than the Speed Cross 5? That is the question here. Oh my goodness. Okay, any guesses out there? Any guesses? Oh, interesting. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, Josh, that's a great question. Will I use the Innovate for the Vertical K race? Josh, that is a good question. So, Josh, here's the deal. I don't have the Speed Cross 5 in the studio right now, but basically, keep those guesses coming. I love it. Basically, the Speed Cross 5s will do fine because the mountain that I'm running up for the Vertical K race is snow, and these shoes will be great in snow, but they're really designed to keep you from falling on your butt on the ice. But then anyway, Josh, let's find out. I will take these out probably Friday and give them a go and see how they perform. Thank you for the question, Josh. Okay. Oh, Baylor is correct. Spot on the nose. 11 ounces, spot on the nose. 311 grams. 311 grams. That is amazing. Nope, 316 grams. My bad. So that is cool. I'm glad I got to open those with all of you. And let me just see if there's any questions rolling in. When will your Float Ride Run Fast Pros debut? From Suzanne. Where are they? Oh, hold on. Let me get my microphone pack. Great question, Suzanne. So I'll be honest, I'm a little obsessed with this shoe, and I haven't even taken it outside yet because I'm a little afraid This is the Reebok Float Ride Run Fast Pro. Whoa, what's the deal with these names, everybody? And I'm obsessed with it. This shoe weighs 3 ounces, and I don't know, Suzanne. Basically, it's been actually pretty snowy ever since here in Denver. Ever since I got this shoe, and I don't want to ruin the midsole, and it's just so nice to hold. It's so lightweight. So, Suzanne, I don't have an answer for you. And I know a lot of people are interested in hearing my thoughts, but I haven't forgotten about it. Trust me. Soon, soon. Okay, let's see here. Okay, and I do want to give an update. Actually, I'm going to dive in to a question here. I'm hoping I pull it out of the New Balance box. And I just love how all of you, chit-chat in the, okay, not that. I'm gonna go with this one because it's a shoe question. Okay, here we go. This is from Scott. It's kind of long. Okay. Oh, Suzanne, indoor track. That would be nice. I found your YouTube channel about a month ago while looking for reviews on the Nike Vomero 14. I really enjoy watching your videos every morning over my coffee. It sounds like quite a few folks watch the vlog because it publishes every morning at 5 a.m. And so that's awesome. Like, if we can share a cup of coffee together, I like that. I like that. Your videos are encouraging, inspiring, and motivational for running, but also for life in general. I'm looking at purchasing a new running shoe. I've worn the Vomero 12 and thought it was a solid shoe. Obviously, they have upgraded since the 12. Also, I've tried the Asics Gel Nimbus, but wasn't impressed. I found it to be stiff and cumbersome. The New Balance 1080 V9 is a shoe I'm curious about. Are you familiar with the New Balance 1080 V9 or done a review on it? I have not, Scott. The tongue issues I keep hearing about on the Vomero 14 have me concerned. In your opinion, which would be the better way to go? Scott, here's where I'm at. I love the ride of the Nike Vomero 14. I love I really enjoy this shoe. And I'm going to stay patient with it. I'm not going to give up on it quite yet. But I did run in this shoe yesterday. And sure enough, the pain was still there, but less. I tied the shoes not as tight, but basically it's right here for me and the Nike Vomero 14s. And it's like, why put yourself through that? I don't know. I'm putting myself through that slight pain yesterday because I really do enjoy the ride, and I took it out for 20 miles yesterday at 650 a mile, so a solid pace, and it's a little heavy, and so, working a little harder in it. Anyway, Scott, I will say I don't know if I can fully recommend this at this point, only because of that pain. Like, I don't want to recommend a shoe that is causing me pain in my foot. So, good question, Scott. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Okay, diving back into the chat here. Mike, I have not selected my marathon shoe yet, but Mike, remind me if I'm wrong. I believe the Saucony Fast Twitch 8 was your shoe that you wore for your marathon PR. Let me know in the chat. This guy, I took it out, and it didn't quite feel like a marathon shoe, but I could be wrong. I'm beholden to no one. I'm open to all ideas. Good question, Mike. I have not chosen a marathon shoe yet. So let me just take a quick drink here. Okay. Let's see. Steve asks, are they a neutral shoe? I don't know if you're talking about the Innovate shoe, Steve, or the Reebok shoe. But I would say all of my shoes are neutral shoes, just so you know, Steve. Although that Innovate, I can tell, is pretty well built, pretty solid. Okay, moving on here. Dylan asks, what was special about the turbos? Was it worth the $180 investment? Good question, Dylan. Dylan, and I commented about this shoe in the last week in the comments on a vlog. I'm afraid at this point in the training block. So I'm early in the training block. I'm heading toward the middle. So the marathon is in 3 months. I'm afraid to put this shoe on because I don't want to run too fast for, like, I took this shoe for 20-mile runs last fall, and I loved it. I really loved it. But I ran a little too fast in those 20-mile runs. I don't know. It's a nice ride. It's lightweight. I like the cushion. It's got that ZoomX foam. I think they really nailed it with this one. And $180, that's the other question. I would say, I think I actually already answered this in a vlog. I would say no. I think the price point for this would be perfect at, like, really perfect at 150. But I realized, like, they got it, they're making money, and this shoe would be perfect at $150. 180, that's a lot. I would just say, I don't know, maybe wait until the price comes down a little bit, and maybe some of you know of some deals for the Turbo right now that I don't know about. So, good question. I'm afraid to wear it, though. I haven't worn this shoe since November or early December. So, you're amazing. You guys rock. Good question. Anyone else wearing Saucony? That's from Running Altitude. Good question. I think we have a couple of other Saucony fans here that I know about. And I'm interested, just so you know, Running at Altitude, I'm interested in the Saucony Freedom ISO. I'm interested in it. I tried it on at a shoe store last fall, and it didn't didn't knock my socks off, so I didn't get it, but I'm interested for sure. Good question. Okay, let me just make sure I'm not missing any others. Okay, Mike, nice. Good to hear, Mike, that it was. That's awesome. And I ran a 119 half in it a few days back. 119, Mike, that's awesome. Oh, man, so Mike wore the Fast Twitch 8 and ran a 119. So anyway, if you're looking for a half marathon or a marathon option, there's people out there, this could be an option. Could be an option. I would say a lot of good ground feel in this shoe. A lot of good ground feel. Okay, moving on, and let's see. Same here. Love my ISO Triumph. Nice. Tryfinishline.com. That's from Angelo. Okay, let me just pull out another question here. And I think we will open it up now to open Q&A. Anything you want to ask me about, whether it's about life, running, shoes, anything, whatever you want to ask. Let's see. So let me just pull out this guy, see what that is. And again, you can always email me your questions, and I will put them in the box for the next week. Sound good? Sound good? There we go. Okay. Let's see. From Matthew. Hey, Seth, I've got a question. Normally, I run my usual easy days. You know what? I'm going to save this because it's not quite. I'm going to save this, Matthew. I'll come back to that. Let's just see. Johnny asks, good 50K shoe. I'm in Solomon Sense rides right now, but I'm not comfortable past 20 miles. Any suggestions and why? Ooh, Johnny, put me on the spot. Johnny on the spot. I have not tried these shoes, but Johnny, just some ideas. The Saucony Peregrine, I never know how to say that. Peregrine. I'm intrigued about for 2019. And the New Balance Summit, King of the Mountain, I'm also interested in. The Hoka Challenger ATR 5. I was in the ATR 4 last year, and it treated me pretty well, but it broke down pretty quick, like the upper. And a lot of Hoka shoes are pretty famous for breaking down quickly through the upper. So, but anyway, Hoka Challenger ATR 5. And I need to try the Saucony Peregrine, and the New Balance Summit, King of the Mountain. And then, okay, the Salomon Ultra. It's not out here right now. The Salomon Ultra. I wore that in my 100-mile attempt. No, I didn't. When did I wear that? I guess I wore it in a 50K last year, and it treated me, and it worked out well. The Salomon Ultra. And guys use that shoe that win UTMB, so the biggest 100-mile race in Europe. 2 years ago, Francois from France was in the Solomon Ultra when he won UTMB. So that's a pretty big deal. So it can go the distance for sure. I hope that helps, Johnny. Okay, that's good to hear that the Peregrines are comfy from Blue Collar Runner. Okay, let's see here. Insanity NBA. Seth, I'm doing the Pittsburgh Half Marathon this May, but also doing track. I'm worried that I might not be able to taper properly before the race. How much of a problem do you think that would be? Let's see. I think you'll be okay. Like if as long as you're, it depends on when if you're running in the state track meet, like that could set you up for some good turnover. You know, that could set you up for some really good turnover. So I wouldn't be too afraid about the gap. I would be a little more afraid about, and I'm guessing you're a 1 miler and 2 miler if you're racing a half marathon. I'd be a little more concerned about just making sure you have a good aerobic base before the Pittsburgh half. So I think you'd be okay. I think, again, back to the turnover, you should have some really solid leg speed coming off of the track. So let us know how it goes. Good question. Let's see here. Tyler asks, what food do you usually eat the day before and day of race day? Oh, Tyler. Half a banana on race day, a piece of toast, and depending on the distance, Tyler, but a half a banana, a piece of toast, and maybe some raisins, maybe a granola bar like in the car ride there. Not too much. Yeah, so hopefully, I don't know. I haven't raced in a little while, so I'm kind of racking my brain. And then the day before, I've always done the rule of thumb that you need to carbo load if you're doing like a 50K. You don't want to do it the night before the race. You want to start like 2, 3, even 4 days before, especially for like a 100 miler. You don't like piling in like a ton of spaghetti the night before. I don't think that's that smart because your body is like still processing everything. And so I think 2 nights before is better, and even 3 nights, especially if you're racing like above a marathon, like an ultra marathon. So good question. Let's see. Jules, yes, I am going to interview Mike Wardian. Absolutely. He's a beast. We'll talk more about him soon. Okay. And again, thank you for all the super chats that came in tonight. I'm going to say right now, any question that comes in from here forward, I will answer. Because I want to respect your time and thank you for your patience at the beginning tonight. It was a little insane. Oh, gosh. But we're here now. We had a little technical difficulty. Let's see. Hoka Nepali from Daniel. Yes. Okay. Angie Stowe asks, what about the merchandise? And so I did give a little update on the t-shirts. Or did I? Maybe I forgot because so the design is done, and I'm working with 2 different companies right now as far as getting a bid on who to go with for printing. So, and then we've also tested the design on different colors. So as far as for the t-shirts, and so we got gray going, we got black, we got white, and yes, we've got baby blue. So anyway, that's exciting, and I cannot wait for those. So I'm thinking, actually, I have 2 emails right now sitting in my inbox that I need to respond to about the t-shirts. Thank you, Angie, for the new, oh my goodness, Angie. Thank you for that super chat. $20. Holy smokes. That's humbling. Humbling, Angie. You're amazing. You're amazing. So, okay, diving in here. I'm going to answer every single question from here on out. Heck yes, interview Wardian for sure. I will, Mike. Kurt, I am late here, but is the audio track a little off for other folks? Kurt, I believe it is. I apologize. Like, we had a rough night on the technical side, Kurt. Let's see here. Why didn't you like the Pegasus 35 for more than 8 miles? That's from Trevor. Trevor, my legs, I think it came down, I'm trying to remember wearing them. I think it came down to the responsiveness, and if I wanted to save my legs for the next day, it felt like even after 6 miles, I felt like I was working just a little more than I needed to. But trust me, there's people out there that love the Pegasus 35s for runs. I just don't know if it's the best option um, for longer runs or middle distance runs. But good question, Trevor. Good question. Blue Collar Runner, you're the best. $2. Super chat, guys. Blue Collar Runner has his own YouTube channel. You're the best. Thank you and I believe he's from Indiana. Shout out to Indiana again. So Trevor, thanks for the question. Yes, Daniel, absolutely for Angie, absolutely. Hey Seth, I am a 7th grader and I want to up my training, but I'm afraid I might get hurt. What do you think? Yes, Ellison, thank you for being here and enjoy those early days of running. I started running in 7th grade. I was a soccer player, and I've told this story before, but I wasn't strong enough to kick a soccer ball from the corner. I weighed like 95 pounds. I was like 5'2", and I couldn't kick the soccer ball from the corner kick into like toward the goal for a corner kick. And from that point forward, I was like, okay, the ball went halfway. I'm just gonna eliminate the ball and just start running, and I never stopped, and I never stopped. So Ellison, welcome to the running world. I don't know how long you've been running. I would say, Ellison, you do need to be careful, and hopefully you have a coach. Don't push it too much. You're in middle school. I mean, oh man, just enjoy the times. I'll throw you a number, but like, listen to your coach is the bottom line. Like, I think I was probably running about 20 miles a week in middle school. So maybe 15. That's, but Ellison, anyway, just enjoy the time. It's a beautiful time to be a runner when you're that young. And guess what? Be patient. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get strong. In my sophomore year of high school, I went from like 95 pounds to like 120 pounds. So you will grow and get stronger. Okay. Junior says, hola from Mexico. Thank you, Junior, for watching. Is anyone out there running in the New Balance 1500? That's from Kurt. I am not Kurt, but maybe somebody else is. Let Kurt know. Jordan, similar experience with a Peg 35. There you go. That's good to hear. That's interesting to hear. Okay. And let's see here. Sasha, I do, and that must have been a reply to somebody else. Ryan said, I use the Peg 35 for 6 to 10 miles. Anything past 10 starts to firm up. Interesting, Ryan. Good to hear all this. Good to hear all this. Okay, Ryan asked a question. What would be your preferential shoe for longer runs? The Beacon? Ryan, I use the Beacon for easy days only because of that nice cushion. I love to use the shoe for relaxing and just like recovering from a hard day. Frankly, I'm hoping the Vomero 14 is kind of a workhorse for me, in 2019. This pain that's being caused right there on my left foot is driving me a little insane, but I love the ride. I actually enjoy that it's a little heavier so that when I do put on racing shoes, it feels like I'm walking on air. And I think it's going to be durable. So I think we can get 250 to 300 to 350 miles easily out of this shoe. Like, it just seems well constructed, except the major issue is the tongue on the shoe. Something is going on, and I'm reading about it in blog posts, and it's not just me. They missed the mark with the tongue of the shoe. So, and then I guess, I'll be honest, I'll probably use the turbo a little bit for long runs. Oh. And the Skechers Razor 3. I am now, I don't know if I'll take this over 15 miles. So like for a 20-mile run, it definitely will do the trick, but like it's a pretty fast shoe, the Skechers Razor 3. So those are a couple thoughts for you. Okay, we're having a ball here. Let's see. Oh my goodness. What shoes are you thinking about using for the marathon? Do you have a couple solid candidates? That's from Daniel. Daniel, I think I actually mentioned that a minute ago. It was how could I not have the Vaporfly in the running? And then, what are the other shoes inside? I'm drawing a blank because guess what? It's getting a little late, and I had a big run, and I'm getting a little tired. But of course, this guy is in the running. I don't think why am I drawing a blank? Okay, there it is. That's what I couldn't see it. The Carbon Rocket is not in the running anymore. Just a little too heavy, and the 1 millimeter drop is just not doing it for me. Just not doing it for me. You guys saw that vlog from a couple days ago. Okay, let's see here. Suzanne, listen to your foot. I know, I'm trying. I want it to work so bad. Yes, plans to test out the Zoom Fly. Absolutely, AJ. That'll be so many shoes, so little time, as we like to say. Okay, let's see if there's any other questions. I want to make sure. Oh, do you think you own them currently? As far as I think the shoe that I'm going to wear? Probably, Daniel. Probably. Okay. Okay. Brad's replying to Kurt. I think we're good. Thank you for being here and for persevering. Again, the goal is to interview my brother this week. So we'll probably see you sooner rather than later, hopefully. Again, I'm going to go to Best Buy tomorrow and see if they have a new cable for live streaming that connects to USB and not HDMI. Why they don't work, why the software doesn't work with HDMI is a little beyond me. So thank you for being here. We're going to wrap it up. And I just love you all. And thank you for, oh my goodness, the super chats and just a beautiful night here on YouTube. I think we did it. I'm just going to make sure no other comments come in. Oh man, what a day. It was a big day. It was a big day, YouTube. Oh my goodness. A little early birthday gift, perhaps. All right. That's it. Love you guys. Seek beauty. Work hard. And love each other. And I think for some reason, I think you can keep chatting even though I stopped the live stream. I could be wrong on that, but if you want to stay here and keep chatting, it's fine by me. See you tomorrow.